Hello everybody, and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. I literally just booted this game up again, and I noticed this. They're everywhere. They are actually fucking everywhere. I do not remember this many just fucking stormbirds and thunderjaws just wandering around the fucking world. I always remember these guys as being like located to like one or two sites, but they're fucking everywhere. Especially like around the border here. Like what the fuck's going on here? Oh well. So I am pretty sure. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, I did get 30. Just making sure that I got 30 so that I know exactly what we need to do. So, there's that 38 up there. I think I'm going to save that for the round trip because it's awesome. Like over there. So, goals. Should I go over here first? That's a little close. Okay. So let's grab this guy and then this guy so that we can view the entire world. And then we will go from there. That'll work for now. Alrighty. Oh, I forgot to do this full screen. Yeah. And now I'm not looking at the game through a fucking window. I still have the roadcast fucking on. Oh, car just came back. I mean, I don't want it out. I just want it back. I apologize. I just had a pizza literally like 5 minutes ago. And I have like slight lactose intolerance, so whenever I have anything with cheese in it, causes me to have to clear my throat a lot. So I probably should have waited like 20 minutes or so before I actually started recording. But I'm impatient. I wanted to play this game, and I wasn't going to play this game without recording it. So here we are. Now you all get to suffer, at least for like the first 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah. I hear big bangs. Why do I hear big bangs? Okay. Let's go. Definitely a health plant. Definitely a health plant. More fucking snap maws, I'm gonna shit myself. God, they're every. Oh god, the fucking glint hawks. Go away. Go away.
Those machines are alert.
I missed them completely. Alright. I am here. There's a bandit camp? There's a side quest? Damn it. Alright, not right now. I need this metal flower.
They must be closing in on the signal.
Leave my son alone! There's more!
I need to find a way after the tunnel exit.
Thank you. Low in the eastern sky is set thy glancing eye, and thou its gracious light ne'er riseth to my sight. Yet every star that climbs above the gnarled limbs of yonder hill conveys thy gentle will. willing to sacrifice for you. There we go. You're my trusty steed, and I'm gonna at least try to keep you alive. Okay. Yeah. At least that quest is like staying marked, so that's good. Alright. You stay here, little guy. I'll be back. No, wait, I remember the difference between red eyes and regulars. Red eyes have like armor around their eyes. It makes them harder to kill.
Uh-oh, spotted. I should be able to jump onto the tonic from here.
Please.
Just stay out of their way for now. Okay, they're heading back.
Go back. So fucking bad. Okay.
Okay, time to climb up to its head.
I've never been able to raffle off those things. Because they always fucking kill me before I can. There we go.
Got it.
Cognac, copper beef. There we go. got that. And then we got that thing. We got a corrupted zone over there. Got that. There's Daughter's Vengeance. There is a side quest like over here. I know there is. So you can't hide from me. In fact, I think I'm gonna go back just so that I can grab that side quest. Because otherwise I'm gonna fucking forget about it. Yeah. And then I guess while I'm there, I'm already here. And if I'm here, then I can grab those two. And then immediately go to this cauldron. I have to... Surely, I will remember this after the next like 30 minutes or so. So I want to be like right there. Almost forgot. There it is. Orbit 2T9 initiated. Cycle 803217. Routing query sent. No response. G prime. Ping inert agents. 2126 dormant. Yeah, I just read that. Oh, my buddy! Good to see you again. I'll just take that for now.
Stacking up.
Where are the... Those aren't Striders, those are fucking Striders. Ah. There we go. Vanny in concert. Listen up, cool kids. It's time to stop cramping on Vanny. So the new Vanny in concert experience is, well, more or less what you'd expect. Vanny sings, Vanny dances, Vanny shifts skins, the crowd goes wild. Vanny gyrates through set piece after set piece that push the pleasure bot shtick right up to the biotransgressive edge of metal porn without quite going over. Sure, Vanny's a corporate mascot and its music is algorithmically assembled glitter trash, but that doesn't make Service Agreement any less catchy or uncomfortable. And the anthem Early Adopter still blasts a clarion call to data. Alright, so there's this thing that's talking about, which means should be another data point right around there. And then at that point, the rest of the data points are closer to Meridian than not.
Never know when I might need these.
Oh my god, somehow I got him. Bunch of land Okay, I saw something scan. It better not be, and I was wrong. I was worried that it was a stop. Oh God. Why? Oh, that entry's gotta be around here. Yup. Metal versus meat. Sunday, Captain Chromo versus Pink Slip. Rex will challenger Captain Chromosome keeps on coming. But can Man Muscles defeat Pink Slip? General Major Zeke Garrett's vicious mechanical enforcer? Who will be hired and who will be fired? Whether you experience it real or by hollow, this will...
This feels like it's under my skin.
Ears! My poor little ears! Get up. I'm sorry. I love raccoons, I swear. Cauldron Row. They all watchers? Yes. Fucking what? Oh shit, there's dead people. Okay. Another cauldron. Find an entrance. Now find an entrance.
Some kind of liquid flowing through that pipe.
I just saw a fucking load screen as I was rattling. That's so funny. Oh, okay.
Looks like I'm not the first to look for a way in. What a waste. They were curious too. But I'm better prepared. I hope it's enough.
Get in.
find a way through that shell.
Oh my god, a Ravager. You're fucking kidding me. Kill the Watchers and leave the Ravager last once we fire. What the fuck? So this is a thing to just let me skip over everything, seems like.
All right, that should get me through.
Oh. jump across. I can. Okay. What the hell's the point of all that? Walkers. Hang on, do I have any? I do. Okay.
The machines collect blaze from the wilds, and it all flows here, like blood to a heart. So the cauldron runs on life itself. I didn't see you. Safe. For a few minutes, anyway.
I'll get out of here. Whew. There it is. Made a lot of dumb mistakes just so that I can get that that tutorial plus stuff. But what's done is done. No, what are you doing?
That's where I need to go. The belly of this giant beast.
Medicinal Gray Omen. Why gotta be called Gray Omen?
That's where I need to go.
missing something? Get over there. Yeah. Just have to take a little damage. Okay, snap walls aren't that bad.
Machine's quick.
want something from me, Snapmaw? I know your weakness. I'm not afraid of you. Well, I kind of am, but not as much as, like, Thunder, Jaw, or anything like that. And not even as much as a Ravager, honestly. You have very clear resources on the top of your head. So I... Ow! You weren't even doing anything! Fuck, I'm stuck. Gonna blow up. Why hasn't he blown up yet? There's the gun. There's the gun. Let me pick up the gun! Okay. Okay. So this we have access to row enemies.
That's it. More machines I can override.
There we go. We got row. Quick. Okay, I'm not missing that many. That's a boar, I think. And that's like a death machine or something like that. What is row? What is new to row? Okay, long legs, tramplers, shell walkers, really glint hawks. No glint hawks, impossible. Oh, ravengers, snap maws. Definitely not these guys. Definitely not these guys. Zeta. What is Zeta? Dude, that one down there or this one up here? I'm not sure though. Heavy lifter. Oh, right. I get a cauldron, which means I have a text from active. Production, oversight, analysis. Active. Additive, manufacture, type. Alert. Intrusion. Source, external. Active. Countermeasure. Phase shift. Alert. Intrusion, denied. Alert. Intrusion. Source, external. Alert. Countermeasure. Phase shift. Alert. Breach. Firewall. 3706403. Alert. Reboot. Purge. Successful. Alert. Intrusion, denied. Oh, it would have told me if I had just fucking waited.
Seems quiet.
A machine scavenger box. Okay. We're going to just teleport right back here. to right here, it looks like. Okay.
Hardy little plant. You'll help.
It's a long leg. Okay. And now we'll travel this way. We'll grab 35. Ah, there's the quest. Wait, is it up there or? Ah, no, there it is. Hello.
I saw some of the places you'd been. The new settlers have no appreciation of craft. They'd already piled your work in a ditch. But I knew the signs to look for. The scrabble in the dirt, those surprised splashes. And I did tell you we'd meet again.
Nil. Still hunting bandits?
Oh, yes. I've been sharpening my blade, anticipating the scent of the fight. Don't get me wrong. These scum are odorous. A little panic and desperation really sets it off, though. Like an incense.
So, what's your knife called?
Why would someone name a knife?
So much for small talk.
Are you ready?
Just don't think this means I enjoy it.
Don't worry. We'll take your secret to their graves.
Bandit camp. Alright, so that's what that quest was. Alright, fuck it. Let's do the bandit camp.
Got you.
Damn!
You can see them. They can't see you.
new settlement. Yo, net positive.
They're still looking.
What is this place called? The Gatelands.
Save these for the trail.
Remember how the blood pounded in your ears? They'll ring later, in the calm. It's a call to arms, from your inner desires.
Or a cry for help.
I wouldn't fight it.
I can tell. So you used to be a soldier. You fought for the Karja?
For them, against them. An empire always finds its wars. You can't be picky. The new king of Vod saw things differently. Called an investigation into war crimes. Aren't all wars a crime to someone? Still, I raised my hand and volunteered.
You volunteered to investigate?
No, I volunteered my confession. No sense wasting time with an investigation. I was sent to Sunstone Rock for 2 years. The trade was fair.
What were these things you did, Nil?
Acceptable things, under the circumstances.
Acceptable to who?
I don't make decisions. Let's just say the rules of engagement suited me. But rules are important. A structure. Cage. Otherwise, you know of those places, lonely places where people once were? Now just a hole cut in the world. Chances are, I was there before.
They sent you to a rock for 2 years? Is this some kind of Karja ritual?
No, Sunstone Rock is a prison, south of Meridian, south of the Rain Gathers. Our new Sun King is a believer in rehabilitation, as am I. In the heat of a stone cell, in the dark, I learned to focus on what was truly important to me.
Have you found a new partner yet?
I thought we were partners.
I have my own roads to follow, Nil.
And they seem to lead back to bandits. That works for me. I'm not suggesting a Karja wedding. I'm never lonely where there's killing to be done.
Time to move on.
A brief encounter for us, but the end for them. They were squalid lives anyway.
let's see. City of the Sun, which is over there. Daughter's Vengeance, which is right up there. That's what I thought. So we're gonna go to that town. But first, gotta go over here.
Nearly there.
Tormented giveaway. Splatter Central is giving away passcodes to Tormented 666. Today's giveaway is sure to please die hard. Tormentor. Oh, I get it. Today's giveaway is sure to please die hard Tormentors. Passcode to sneak peek Tormented 666 free of charge. Experience the latest installment of Jono 1's seminal Splatter Hollow franchise right alongside our review staff. Rumor is 666 pours the gore. So grab one of 66 free passes by screaming, "I want to get splattered" to Splat-Send-Hollow and hit it from. Okay. It's now Lonesome Rock. Okie doke. Wait, what am I doing?
This must be Lonesome Rock. If it's a trap, I might need to go and fight. Seems like an ordinary outpost. I'd better look around.
I'm so bored.
Hold, Outlander! What are you doing here?
Prefect Zaid told me that bandits abducted a girl near here. Do you know where they might have taken her?
Zaid told you that, did he? No bandits around here, girl. But I think I can help you find your friend. The boss sent us a fresh one, boys. Wrap her up and tie her down.
She's coming for us! Kill me! You provoked rage.
Right. Let's see what Zaid's hiding out here. There are chains in the cart. Not just chains. Manacles. They were moving prisoners somewhere.
save this for later.
Damn it, I need the bones. Not bony meat, they're bones. Just bones in general. More stat loss. Is it? It might be a stalker. Quick. Apparently, data point. Oh no! Wait, I think it's around here.
Lead to their compound. Maybe Nicole's inside.
Maybe it's in the compound.
That Nora girl we got in the hole is nice and lean.
Don't get ideas. Saeed says hands off or you better price it out.
Sounds like Nicole's here. And I'm gonna have to cut through these guards to get to her.
She's here! Can't afford any more losses.
Hang on, 'cause no, it definitely says there's something here. Interesting. Okay.
Prisoners. Chained up to be sold as slaves.
Please, help us get out of here.
Talk to Nakoa. She'll know what to do.
Nakoa? Jan sent me. Look, we can talk more once we get everyone out of this pit.
Jan sent you? I don't believe it. Well, I guess one of his prayers finally worked. You'll need a key to get us out. One of Zaid's men should have it.
All right. I'll be right back.
There he is, poking through.
You're back.
I've got the key.
I'll help the others. Let's go.
Talk to Nakoa. She'll know what to do.
I knew you were going to be trouble, girl. But you'll make it worth our while in the end.
The end is now, Zaid. For you and your men.
Make you pay for it.
Blood!
Guide this.
Good boy.
You gave him a quicker death than he deserved.
My father was a hunter. He taught me every animal deserves a clean kill.
How did Zaid come to run a ring of slavers?
All the scum you just killed, they butchered for Zaid during the Red Raids. The new Sun King kicked them out of the army, but Zaid managed to lie his way out of trouble, then saw a new way to make a shard, putting his grunts to work here.
How did Zaid capture you?
I tried to get him at Day Tower, but he caught me, then let me go so he could have his men grab me later.
And after?
Said he was gonna sell me into slavery like the other poor bastards that came through here week to week. But he took his time, kicked me around whenever he stopped by. Guess me trying to kill him hurt his pride.
You've been through a lot.
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Zaid's dead. I was ready to go through anything to make that happen. And I did.
What are you gonna do now?
The others were in that cellar for months. The more run down they got, the harder it was for Zaid to sell them. They need food, rest, and hope. I'll take them to Meridian and tend to them.
You're not even going to try to go back? What about Jan?
The matriarchs won't let me back. Even if they would, I wouldn't go. They can burn for all I care. As for Jan, I know a way to get word to him. I'll miss that runt. But at least he'll know I'm safe.
Time for me to go.
Look, I don't even know your story. It must be a good one if they gave you the mark of a seeker. If you ever feel like telling it, look me up in Meridian. I'll be there until the others get back up on their feet. Until then, thank you for helping me cut this rot from the world. I don't know. Maybe now I can put Zaid behind me and remember my father as I should.
Forget about traveling light.
Okay. So it's somewhere there. Wait. Looks like a road. A tiny road, but a road nonetheless. A road up? Oh, it immediately stops right here. Fuck. How? Where is it? According to this map, at the very least, it should be right here. But it's not. There's no white or yellow markings, which means there's nowhere to climb up. Usually in or around a structure of some kind. I don't see anything like that. Gonna have to look it up. Look it up specifically. Audio, text machines, text quest, Text world.
Just a little wind, just bending the trees.
One of the rocks in the gorge near the scrapers. Where are the scrapers? Other side? Found any scrapers.
So this is as high as we go? Okay.
There it fucking is. Wow, that is so much deeper than it said it was. $, with Mech Booker. Fantasy Core Wars just got a whole lot more lucrative. Let's be honest. Ow. Let's be honest. You're already getting together with your pals to compare your Fantasy Core Wars brackets, aren't you? What would you say if somebody told you that all your hard work drafting Thrashers and comparing Warfleet stats could be netting you tens of thousands of dollars? It can. The rewards awaiting you at Mech Booker make the meager pots gotta cry. Alrighty, we're almost done with the world stuff, which is great. Because this is probably the only sort of collectible that's kind of like hard to get. Okay. We're going to this vantage. City of the Sun. Finally, main quest time. Alrighty. There's a town near here. Oh. It's like a big town. Some kind of mining pit.
Hmm.
Side quest. Where are we?
It's quite a show.
Oseron? Cut Cliffs. I think it's an Oseron. Hang on. Talk to him.
I
Another
prefer the
cargo.
one about the sun priest falling in love with a merchant's daughter.
Don't bother me, Outlander. I don't need a mercenary, I need a miracle. Someone who can tell me who slaughtered my men.
I'm a good tracker. Maybe I can help. What happened?
Mass murder, that's what. 5 night guards shredded like cabbage out there in the quarry.
5 men murdered? How?
Don't know. One was a buddy from before the liberation. We worked this quarry together as slaves for the Mad King. My friend, may he walk forever in the light, knew how to fight. Fiends who did this must have had stealth or numbers.
Could machines have killed them?
Don't see how. The quarry is fenced and gated, and I've never seen a Glinthawk do anything like this.
Anything strike you as strange or out of the ordinary?
Well, let's see, oh yeah, chunks of corpses, gushing blood. Sorry. Pressure's getting to me. Not used to murder. Nah, nothing unusual. Well, except we've been doing a little blasting lately, and Saravad said, no, that's just stupid.
You've been using explosives?
Sure, to clear away bedrock and get to the good stuff. We do it for a week or so every year, but that's got nothing to do with the dead. They were torn apart, not blown up.
What exactly did Saravad say?
Ah, nothing. Kept babbling about a pile of rocks out there. Said he didn't remember it from yesterday. I told him that this here is a quarry, where we move rocks all day. So rocks getting moved ain't so surprising, lunkhead.
I'll have a look around the quarry.
If you think it'll help.
I've seen...
Blood on stone.
Waste of time. Show was better last week.
Is that a ladder of some kind? There it is.
Explosives. Quarry's been doing a lot of blasting. Oh boy, you're a big one, aren't you? Blaze. Enough for quite a blast.
God, I forgot about rock breakers. Freeze arrows. Sensitive to sound. Digging arms, I can tear them off. Okay. We'll go there next because there's audio, not an audio. Data point, 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 log. Data point, text log. Okay.
I've never seen a machine like that. Whoa! Nor a hunter so bold. Take this. It's from the quarry stores, but no one's gonna argue that you don't deserve it. May you walk in the light, friend. Especially when dealing with what comes up from the ground.
It's a bit frivolous, isn't it?
Alrighty.
I prefer the one about the sun priest falling in love with a merchant's daughter.
We'll go over here for a text log, we'll go back for the vantage, and then we'll be good to go to basically go to Meridian. And then in Meridian, there's a lot of text. And a lot of quests, if I remember correctly. Who did this? 86. Hacked AI are just about the best thing ever. August 1st, 2061. Hola, Holoscapers, to the motherlode of hackety-hacked AIs. This week on allseeing.holo, user Cannibal Christmas Tree uploaded his delightful compilation, Holo, non-interactive sadly, counting down the greatest moments in the history of janked AI. Error exception number 42A7C, hyperlink undefined. If time is at a premium, skip to 622 to see an increasingly belligerent Pharaoh Store customer service AI insist that every customer's name is Admiral Horatio Potato Face, LOL, OMVG, Shkill. Alright, vantage. And there we go. We'll finally be out and about. Whew.
Good. I can use this.
There it is. Come on. Okay.
No room.
Eagle Canyon.
Alpaca shitstorm tour, day 9. I was setting up my tent right here when Wyatt's call came through. I came as fast as I could, but you'd already slipped into a coma. We never got a chance to say goodbye.
Hi, Ma. My plan was to go camping here after the Amos 15 launch. I've been working OT for the past 9 months, so I was pretty frazzled and figured I should take a weekend to relax before crunch started up again. I was setting up my tent when Wyatt's call came through. He said it was an emergency. I called a lift spin vert and made it to Denver General in less than 27 minutes. I was too late. He'd already slipped into a coma. I didn't understand how that could be, but when I told Wyatt to explain, he just kept choking up, waving me towards the care station. As always, a holodoc that broke the news. How you'd been diagnosed a year earlier, the adverse reactions to gene therapy and polymer vascular replacements, the 6 months of mobile dialysis. I couldn't believe you'd kept it all secret from me, even at the height of crunch. I called you once or twice a week, so you just sat there, listening to me enthuse about my latest project or complain about workplace politics. And all the while, you were dying. It didn't make sense. I marched back to Wyatt, cornered him, and demanded he explain. He said you hadn't wanted to distract me, that I was doing important work and needed to focus. You know, as though the latest Amos launch and the Palladium and Rhodium can bring back to Earth mattered more than the Ma who was already here. Wyatt kept saying how proud you were of me. He even parroted that onward and upward phrase of yours. He said I should get back to work, and that's what you would have wanted. That he'd stay at the hospital and keep me informed. I didn't go back to work. I called in. Took arguing my way past 2 supervisors, a labyrinthine automated HR menu, a human resources AI, and an anal defensive benefits executive to activate my personal leave. But I did it. I then sat at your bedside for the next 7 days. I kept thinking of the hospital after my OD at the amphitheater. Kept thinking that if you came out of the coma, I wanted my face to be the first thing you saw. On the 8th day, they pronounced you dead. After the funeral, I went back to work, but I wasn't really there. I kept telling myself to focus, that it was okay to be there. It was what you would have wanted, after all, onwards and upwards. But my work fell behind. When my supervisors called me in for an emergency review, I told myself to play it cool, accept the criticism, and promise to do better. It didn't go like that. I snapped and shouted at him, and then broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. 2 minutes and 3 sectrons later, and I was standing outside the Pharaoh building, blinking in the sunshine, straightening my bunched-up clothes. An alert on my focus indicated that I should go home for the day, then report for a disciplinary review on Monday. But I didn't go home. Another idea had risen up in my mind, already fully formed. I guess I'd already been thinking of doing it for a while. I took a lift spin to Pioneer Park. 10 minutes of asking around and a truth test to show that I wasn't a cop was all it took to make a connection. I went home with the drugs, started using, and didn't stop. Duster, snake, skydive, outcast. No razor wing, at least. I didn't take calls, didn't show up for the disciplinary review on Monday morning. A friend stopped by and hammered the door until I answered it. When he saw what was happening, he staged a one-man intervention. I agreed to go into treatment, but I didn't harbor any illusions. Use of personal leave was bad, but use of a psych/SA leave? Career suicide. Sure, they couldn't legally fire me for it, but I'd been around FAS long enough to know they'd find a way. My career was over. I thought I was at rock bottom, but I was wrong, of course. I still had a long way to fall. This isn't Meridian, but it's like a gate near Meridian.
I'm sorry for the wait, but all goods entering the city are subject to search.
Ooh. Really?
This is outrageous. We're loyal citizens. How long do we have to wait? What am I supposed to do? Just sit here and let everything spoil?
I thought Meridian was open to all Carja.
What happened to Ursa has nothing to do with us.
Ah, waste of time. Show was.
Just be patient, and everyone will get in. Eventually.
Meridian Gate. Interesting. Okay, this is a lot. There is 1, 2, 5. There are 10 things here. 10! Alright. There's 10 little document things
What's
in
going
this
on
city.
here? Aaron's in there, somewhere. And
And
so's
then-
Erend, that other Outlander I talked to the night before the proving. Aaron said he'd introduce me to his sister if I visited Meridian. Said she was captain of the Vanguard.
By the sun, wear some colors. That Nora outfit's so...
If this keeps up, I'll be
Everybody
broken
knows
among-
your business in Meridian. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
It's always the
We lived in the
merchants
same sun
who
all this
survive.
time. Imagine that.
The city's locked down on account of the murder.
Good luck getting through, Outlander.
The Oseram family.
Halt!
He doesn't look happy.
Stop right there. In light of the recent attack, no stranger passes into Meridian without submitting to search.
Recent attack? What are you talking about?
The murder of Captain Ursa and her vanguards, of course. Ambushed by Shadow Carja forces in Redridge Pass.
Ursa? You mean Aaron's sister is dead?
How would you know his name?
I know Erend. Summon him. I need to speak to him.
Ha! I doubt that Aaron, the new captain of the Vanguard, a man in grief, is going to waste his time on a grimy outlander.
Aloy! Hey, you're alive! I thought you were dead. Make way, make way!
All the way to Meridian just to see me?
Have you been drinking?
Ah, not really. A little. So, you're alive. We should celebrate. The drink's on me.
We need to talk, alone, and you need to pull it together.
Over there.
So you approve?
Of course I approve. From now on, she may come and go from this city as she pleases.
As you wish, sir.
There. Alone as you asked. And what did you want to tell me?
I heard what happened to Ursa. I'm sorry. I know she was special to you.
Special to me? Special to everyone. She always knew what to do. She bossed everyone around. She kept me in line. Now I'm supposed to fill her shoes. And instead, here I am, stumbling around in them.
I lost someone too. At the proving, the man who raised me. His name was Rost.
That's terrible. But why is it every time something terrible happens, everyone else tells you the worst thing that ever happened to them, as though that makes it easier?
Yeah, why is that?
Anyway, there was something you wanted to tell me?
A lot has happened since we last spoke. The proving was attacked by a group of killers. Not many of us survived.
We were in the village when we heard explosions up on the mountain. Some of your braves came back, said most of the contestants were dead. I've never heard such a wail of grief as the sound that rose up from your people. How did you survive?
How I survived is less important than how I was targeted.
Targeted? What do you mean?
The killers came for me because of Olin.
What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense.
I need to find Olin. I need to know what he knows.
But he's a friend.
No, he's a traitor. I don't know who the killers are or what they want, but I do know that Olin is working with them.
But, I mean, this...
I don't need you to understand, Erend. I just need you to take me to him.
He's not here. He went scrounging for scrap and relics days ago. It could be anywhere.
Are there any places he frequents, places he returns to?
A house. Here in Meridian.
Okay, then take me there. I need to search it.
I guess. As long as I'm there to witness the search.
I need to see Olin's place. Now.
Okay, okay. Come on.
Captain of the Vanguard? Murdered? Must have been those traitors in Sunfall.
So many people here all talking at once. How does anyone think?
I don't. I just drink.
That girl. Is she a Nora? Apparently they're letting anyone into the city these days.
That must be the spire. It's huge.
How long will Avad hide in his palace? To lay siege to the citadel. Blood for blood. Vengeance for Ursa. How long will Avad hide in his palace?
Year after year, why does he spare those who enslaved and tortured and butchered? Erend, you should want vengeance more than anyone. Your own sister, murdered, and her death, unavenged?
One more word, you scorched out slag, and I'll throw you in jail myself! Now get out of here, or I'll give you all a kick in the ass!
What did he mean about Ursa's murder?
Not now.
Must be like, is he so many people die?
Special merchants. Ooh, quest.
Okay, how are we gonna get in? Oh, that was subtle.
Here we are. Try not to break anything. Other than the door.
All of this for one man.
It pays to have connections in the Sun King's court.
The corner of this rug is frayed, and the floor near it is worn.
Yeah. Maybe underground.
Let's see what's underneath.
Hey, how did that get here?
Question is, how to get through it.
Without a key, you won't. That's a vault hatch of Azeram make. Nothing gets through.
We'll see about that.
Call it a day, girl.
It looks like a picture of Owen's family. A lot of metal here. Could be just what I need. Looks big and heavy. Could do a lot of damage if it fell down. Let's give it a little push.
I did say not to break anything, didn't I?
A map. The glyphs show places he visited. Looks like Olin kept a journal.
Olin? I knew he could read contracts, but I never took him for a poet.
No doubt now. Olin knew I was targeted.
Oh, that's a glyph. That would be glyph 12. Yeah. Fourth day. I'm a traitor now, and see no way out. If I start at the beginning, how they turned to me, perhaps I can see something I missed. No, there is no escape. What good can writing do? 10th day. You gave me this folio when you taught me to write. All these years later, it still smells like me. Lavender and ash of the forge. All I have left here. Write me notes, you said when you did it. Share your thoughts, tear the leaves, send the pages, to show I'm thinking of you. But I never did. Hands too corrupt to touch parchment. How I wish I'd done as you said. How I wish I could now. 15th day. The same dream. Your hair in the forge light, our son's weight on my shoulder. All of us free. You turn to me and whisper, it is a dream. I answer, yes, I know. And then wake. Alone. Even awake, my life is a dream. A lie. My treachery will not buy your freedom. It only buys time. But every moment you live, that he lives, if treachery is the cost, then pay it. 34th day. Every week the device calls me in secret to a new dig site. We work like men with whips to our backs, as though it was left to us to upturn the soil of the entire earth, and time was run low. Squabbling to find the carcasses of ancient demons. The weapons they want. Must be. What misery am I bringing birth into this land? 38th day. I drink with Erend and Ursa, but not even the sweetest brew can wash the taste of guilt from my mouth. Every day my silence betrays them. The villains watch through the device. I keep expecting Ursa to stick a blade through my throat, but fire and spit. She does not suspect me. A better liar than I thought myself must be. 54th day. Fitful sleep the past 3 nights, thinking on that Nora girl. Why did it order her killed? The device must be. Even so, what threat could she pose? We heard explosions and distant screams from the village. Thought the savages might blame us, turn on us. I almost wished for it, but their matriarchs ordered us gone. We fled to the border with an escort of braves, crossed at Tay Tower. Now I am called to dig in the rock roof. They promised another glimpse of you, of our son. How I hope to see you both.
Serve and they live. Disobey, and I will open their throats and leave their corpses to prune in the sun.
They took his wife and child captive.
They? Who's they?
The killers. They told him to obey or they'd kill his family. There's your proof. Read the last page. He writes about meeting me and the order to kill me.
He called himself a friend. That backstabbing cheat. How did you learn to read glyphs? And these things that you see, how do you do it?
The focus. It reveals the unseen.
And Olin's focus, it's the same?
The device is the same, but somehow Olin and the killers can speak to each other with their focuses over distances, and see through each other's focuses too, like looking through each other's eyes.
So that's how the killers saw you? Through Olin?
Yes, so far as I can tell. Now that I know where to find Olin, I should be on my way.
All by yourself?
Leave it to me. I'm faster on my own.
Wait. If that device lets you see the unseen...
Out of the way, Erend.
I'm asking you to help me, Aloy. I need to know who killed Ursa. Not just the Shadow Karja army, I know that, but the exact soldiers who did it.
I'm sorry about your sister, but that's your war, not mine.
Don't act like this isn't personal. You came here hunting the people who nearly killed you, who massacred your people. Why should you have justice and not me? Look, I'll head for Red Ridge Pass, where Ursa's body was found, and wait for you there. A few minutes of your focus is all I need. Don't make me beg.
Red Ridge Pass, you said? I'll see what I can do.
Field of the Fallen. Where does that lead? All the way up there. City of the Sun. To go there. Okay. Let's just turn that off for now. There's a lot to do and a lot to see.
This place.
You don't want to know what they were
Smells like nothing I've ever smelled before. Is that some kind of spice?
Specialty merchant.
The Sun King is too lenient with these Oseram bootlifters. They'll regret it one.
Dirty basket.
You're looking for artifacts.
Yes, but I'm no profiteer. Sun King Avad has named me an envoy to the Banuk. I work on their behalf, looking for sacred relics to return to their homeland, Ben-Ur. I'm especially interested in wooden figures that are sometimes found near Banuk rock paintings. If you have any, I have valuables to trade for them.
You said the king named you an envoy to the Banuk?
Yes, I've been to Ban-Ur many times, and the Wirek chiefs trust me. I help them maintain diplomatic ties with Avad. Some say they're a mysterious people, but their ways make a lot of sense to me. All you have to do is be the best. Doesn't matter if you're born high or low, man or woman. They respect skill, not some fool notion of heritage.
I see the appeal.
I wish more Karja did. Anything they don't understand, they call backward or savage.
Tell me more about these Banuk figures.
Simple wood sculptures made by Arnak, a legendary hunter who was exiled from Ban-Ur for killing his chief. He left the figures near painted stones in places that reminded him of his homeland. Later, his tribe declared him innocent. Now they see him as a kind of wandering hero and want those figures back. I do what I can to help him get them, including trade for them, if you have any. You ready? Let's trade then.
Kantara's reward. There we go. I cannot confess the vision and mother. I already have all of these, so buying them again would just be pointless.
Come on back if you find any Banuk goods. Excuse me, Outlander? I'm
Machine resources. Mysterious boxes.
looking for Banuk artifacts.
Specialty merchant over here.
What Karja calls civilized, I call being thirsty for.
Could you spare a moment to speak of the finer things?
What did you want to talk about?
You were an outlander, no? An adventurer. I used to be one myself. I admit, I miss the beguiling colors of the wilds. Speaking of which, I wonder if you've come across a very special kind of flower. It's made of metal, like a machine. Other blossoms grow around them in amazing patterns. These gleaming beauties are very much in demand among my clients. If you bring me some, I have valuables to trade for them.
You said you were an adventurer.
Just so. The nobles of Meridian crave flowers for their balconies and gardens. So out I went, with bow and spear. I made my name by searching the wilds for the wildest blossoms. No bandit nor machine could keep me from those precious petals.
So what happened?
Love happened, my sweet. My paramour frets too much when I venture out. So now I collect flowers for those without such bonds.
Is it worth it? Being restrained like that?
Of course. Freedom is sweet. But the embrace of my beautiful Theridine is sweeter still.
These metal flowers, what are they exactly?
No one knows. But some say they began sprouting 20 years ago when the machine started to go mad. Perhaps they grow from the tears of the sun, for he has many faces, does he not? Wrathful one day, cool and patient the next. Perhaps he weeps for our suffering when his anger breaks. Ah, let us haggle over this beautiful bounty. Till we meet again, my noble Nora. Everyone needs a splash of color in their lives. Come, let's talk it over.
Nah, I'm alright. So... Hang on. Sorry. Okay. So I'm gonna go like over here.
I imagine they'll change their minds now after all this.
Side in order to get to it. Here is...
What do my tired eyes see? A hunter, surely. Come, talk to me a moment.
All right. What did you want to discuss?
You're an outlander, which is good. But a Nora, which might be bad. Do you fear the ruins of the old ones like many in your tribe?
No, although some can be dangerous.
Then you may have come across what I seek. In your travels, have you found strange vessels, emblazoned with symbols of the old ones? They consist of a hollow cylinder with a crescent handle affixed at both ends. If you bring me these vessels in sets of 4, I will gladly trade what I have for them.
So you're interested in the old ones?
More than interested. I study every ancient artifact I can get my hands on. But years of study have made me too comfortable at my desk. I can't even bear the sun, if the truth be known. I don't know how I'll manage to take a partner. My family presses me for an heir.
Don't look at me.
Oh, no, I'm not looking. In fact, my father already has someone he wants me to wed. She doesn't interest me. I wish I had a brother to carry this burden. I would rather be left to my precious little vessels.
What sort of ritual were these vessels made for?
I'm convinced they were used in conjunction with each other in sets. Some people believe they were used for tea ceremonies. Others think they held sacred essences and oils for worship. But I believe they were used for the solemn custom of shaving one's beard. One for water, one for lotion, and so on. Each fluid in its special vessel, majestically applied to the face at each stage of the rite. It must have been breathtaking. But which vessel was used for which? I have to know. I have to continue my research.
Are you sure people didn't just drink out of them?
Drink? Out of such finely crafted earthenware? Don't be ridiculous. Yes, trade quickly. I have work to do.
I think I have a set. Wow, I don't have a set? Really?
I will leave you to the hunt. Be sure to delve into the ruins. Rugged?
I almost have 2 complete sets, but not actually a full set.
Well,
damn.
Traveled? Yes. I would like to talk to you.
That's too bad. I'm out of here. something above me. I should have thought of that. Because there are stairs to the higher levels. Still looking for 9.
You're Nora, pretty good at making use of machine parts.
Okay. There's one. The Sun Faith. Hang on. 12, 11, 10, 9. This is actually farther down than the other ones. Okay. 7 articles of the Sun Faith. 1. Over all the world rises and sets the great sun, as is plainly seen. To all plants, animals, machines, and men it gives life, as is plainly seen. Of all the tribes, none have scaled such heights as the Karja, as guided by the sun. Witnessing these things to be true each day, celebrating these things each day, we believe in the sun and its light gladly and without question. Only the sun's rightful heir, born of the radiant line that dates back to Araman the founder, is the speaker for the sun. To him the sun's desires are revealed, and from his lips its desires are acted upon by men. He shall be known as the Sun King, and his word shall be law. In all things we accept the sun's judgment. We offer our bared skin to it so it might burn our sins away. We partake of its renewal. We wear its heat for a time. As our skin bears its flush, its bronzed armor, we are made strong. In the crackling and peeling away of our old selves, we are made new. In the sun's light, we shall speak only in truth. We shall strike only in righteousness. We shall act as we believe the sun so tasks us. When the shadow falls across us, we shall always remember our illumination. We shall not cast blame for ill fortune. We shall endure. In the coldness of the moon, we accept there will be stillness and death and endings until dawn comes once more. We do this because there are 2 halves in nature, sun and shadow, and to deny one is to deny the whole thing. As a twilight time came before us, ending the world of the ancients, so shall a twilight time come again, for this is the cycle of things. The buried shadow shall rise up to eclipse the sun's light, and usher in great and terrible things. Even knowing this, we are steadfast in our belief, and trust that the sun will again bring a new dawn, as it did for our founders so long ago. Holy Meridian shall forever be the seat of the Karja, the city of the sun, and the spire venerated at the mark of its founding. A Sun King born of the radiant line shall always sit upon its throne, for without a speaker for the sun, its will is clouded. For either of these is to be denied, is to invite a twilight time upon us. Clearly, the Karja are the children of the sun, the preeminent in its gaze, but so too does its light touch upon the barbarian tribes of the north, east, and south. It is the speaker for the sun's duty to interpret if the sun's gaze is directed in approval, or reproach. Got it. So determined, it is the duty of the Karja to carry out the sun's will, even in places where the light does not reach.
That Sun King Avad did making up for his tyrant father. He fought those rebels in Sunfall.
Lenora, I'm the mournful Naman. My apologies that we meet like this.
Like this?
In grief. You hold yours close, like a talisman. Wait, forgive me. You didn't come for reparations? Someone you lost to the Sun Ring?
No. I know about the Red Raids, but the Karja owe me nothing.
I see. Well, I could use the help of a strong-willed outlander. Then I would owe you very much indeed. These people seek to honor their loved, their lost, with their own voices. not mouthing Carja rituals to Carja stone. But there are obstacles. While Meridian holds its breath for any disturbance, these robes only tie my hands.
What kind of obstacles?
The first pilgrim is an Oseram who seeks to visit the Shrine of Kings on the road to the city. He waits there now, forbidden to enter by an old sun priest who suffer no heathen. This Utaro lost her companion on the edge of the jewel, at a pool where snap moths gather. The shrine was built there to ward off the machines, and its effectiveness leaves much to be desired. And the Banuk would paint a mark on the sun's climb, a call to the machine spirits, I understand. They need no beckoning. Glint hawks perch there, drawn to the spire's shining.
So, clear the machines out of 2 shrines and move a priest out of the other.
All I can ask for is your charity and that their stories are heard.
Naman, rituals and prayers can't bring back those who are lost.
No, but it can help those who grieve to find themselves. It can lend them strength and hope, like a new sunrise.
I didn't think your priesthood would ask outsiders for help.
If only the sun would set on our pride. Until this is done, I am no sun priest. To wear a red robe was an aspiration. I aspired. Now our hoods make us blind. We whisper reconciliation, but forget how the old king's priests sang the words and blessed the killing.
The killing? You mean the Red Raids?
Yes. And the sacrifices that came after.
Why did the priests go along with all that bloodshed?
Sometimes we Carja are more concerned with what is tradition than what is right.
Huh. Maybe the Carja and Nora aren't so different. You're disappointed with the Sun Priests, but you still wanted to be one?
I spent my whole life looking up to the temple. My brother's voice echoing in its arches. Even he couldn't turn me away, and how he tried, in the end. He said, when we were loved, our robes were dyed in cinnabar. Now they are stained in blood.
How so?
Our robes are handed down to us. Most of the old priests fled rather than be seen in the glare of a new sun. And so we are left to wear their sins. For me, at least, they hang heavy.
Where is your brother now?
He waits for me on the trail of the sun, I hope. He spoke out against the sacrifices. For a priest to question the Sun King's will, his punishment was worst of all.
You lost someone you loved too. I'm sorry.
No, not lost. When I took on these robes, I found his memory.
I'll do what I can to help those in mourning.
To honor their memories is to honor us all.
Honor the fallen. There, and there. Okay. I wonder if most of the text is down below. It might be. Probably is if I can't seem to find it anymore.
You there! Can you help me? Just a moment of your time, please! You're the one the Vanguard has been crowing about. The Nora who tracks criminals and traitors with her second sight. If only you'd use it to help me. A thief raided my home and took my brother's sword.
Tell me about the robbery. Don't leave anything out.
It was brazen and professional. They took only the sword, my most valuable possession. The thief went out through the window and scared the shadow off my steward. Otherwise, it would have been a clean getaway.
Why would someone steal the sword?
It's priceless. made from the burnished antler of a lancehorn, finely inlaid with studded stones all down the...
Okay, I get it.
Forgive me. That's not even why it's important. The 12th Sun King gave it to my brother for his military service. He was killed in battle during the Liberation. I was saving it for my nephew who's stranded at Sunfall with the Karja in Shadow.
How did your nephew wind up in Sunfall?
Most of the old clergy backed the Mad Sun King, so when he fell, they ran out of fear of retribution. As an honor guard to a venerable priest, my nephew had no choice but to go with them. Now that my brother is gone, my nephew is my heir, so that sword really belongs to him. And after all he's been through, I won't be able to look him in the face if I don't get it back.
I'll see what I can do about the robbery.
Have a word with my steward if you need to. He saw the thief escape. And listen, all I want is the sword back. Meridian, and my family for that matter, has seen enough strife already. If I can get it back, all is forgiven. No retribution necessary.
You saw the thief make a run for it?
My back was to the wall, you see. Wasn't expecting someone to crawl out the window. He ran past me, dressed in gray, clutching the sword. That's all I saw. By the sun, my heart nearly seized up.
The thief broke the lattice on the way out. Drops of blood bleeding away. More blood. I'm still on the trail.
Teach the Karja nothing else. Steel to my soul.
Still more blood. The thief got cut. The trail ends here. But someone must have seen the thief. Did someone run past here, holding a sword?
Sure did. He grabbed some linen off the stand here and took off down the stairs behind you. He was bleeding, so maybe he needed a binding. Blast it! That was expensive cloth. I can't believe I paid for that thief's bandage.
The load off.
If the thief came this way, there's only one way he could have gone. Forward.
Damn, there's a lot.
No sign of the thief. Someone must have seen him go by. Did you see anyone run through here? He would have been holding a sword.
Yeah. Almost crashed into me, too. He ran down the parapet here and went down the lift. No way you'll catch him now. I didn't see a sword, though.
He wasn't carrying anything.
Not a damn thing. Just ran like his ass was on fire.
The thief must have ditched the sword. But where? Maybe he had help. That merchant stall would have been a convenient drop-off. It looks like the thief got away, but without the sword. I thought maybe he dropped it off somewhere. Like here, for instance?
What? No. I had nothing to do with this.
I guess we'll see when I get the city guard to toss your stall and question your customers.
Hold on. There's more to this. You've got a reputation for shining light in the darkness, so I know you'll listen. You're right. The sword was passed to me, and I passed it on to someone else. It's going to be sold, but not for profit. The shards will go to people in need.
You expect me to believe that?
I can prove it. Meet my friends at the watermill in the lower village. They'll explain everything. If they don't convince you, come right back with the guards. I'm not going anywhere.
It wouldn't matter if you did. I'd find you. But all right. I'll check out the watermill. Okay. Guess I should go to this watermill then to find out what's going on.
Only the finest
I'd
goods
like to
here.
discuss
See
a
for
trade
yourself.
with you, Outlander.
deadly as red mold.
You need to win 3 half-suns at our hunting grounds to gain admittance to the lodge.
You mean these?
Very well then. Congratulations, and welcome. Our members reap rewards and adventure and live on in legend.
Am I a member now?
No, you're only a fledgling. Junior members are called thrushes. To join and become a thrush, you need a senior member called a hawk to sponsor you.
So I need to find a hawk.
Yes, but a hawk can only sponsor 1 hunter at a time, and I'm afraid most of them already have one.
I've overcome worse odds. Where do I start?
Upstairs, present yourself to the Sunhawk Assis, our leader, who should introduce you to a hawk. I hope it's worth it.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
Bylaws of the Lodge. Okay. Bylaws of the Lodge. Section 1. Preamble. The hunt is the noblest pursuit in the Sundom, save those of the Sun King and his Sun Priests. The hunt is strength. The hunt is honor. The hunt protects. The hunt preserves. What is the hunt but competition? What is competition without rank, honor, and victor? The Lodge lends law and lore to the hunt, so all will know who has prevailed. Thus, the Lodge is not just its members, and not just its house in Meridian. It is the spirit of the hunt, a code to be honored, an ideal to be lived. Only those of the noblest blood can embody the noblest ideals. As such, only Karja males of pure blood may honor the Lodge and tread in its house. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 1 is hereby rescinded. Section 2. Membership. No hunter shall gain admittance in the Lodge without 3 half-suns, 1 with honor at any hunting ground. See Section 5 below. There are 2 classes of member, Hawk being senior and Thrush being junior. The rank of Thrush can only be gained through the sponsorship of a Hawk. Each Hawk may sponsor only 1 Thrush. There can be only 7 Hawks. A Thrush can only become a Hawk through the death of his sponsor. The Hawk who hunts the greatest prey shall become Sunhawk and lead the Lodge. In the event the quality of prey is in dispute, the Hawk who hunted first shall remain first, as Sunhawk. Only Karja males of pure blood may become Thrush, Hawk, or Sunhawk. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 7 of Section 2 is hereby rescinded. Proof of the hunt. Section 3. The greatest hunts often bear no witness. Therefore, a trophy must be kept. A trophy may be submitted to the Sunhawk as proof of victorious hunt. A trophy must be intact, undamaged, and from a recent hunt. The Sunhawk shall have final authority in any dispute over a trophy's worth. Only Karja males of pure blood may submit a trophy to the Sunhawk. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 3 is hereby rescinded. Section 4. To protect and preserve. A hunt for its own sake is noble. A hunt in the service of others is blessed by the sun. When called upon, hawks and thrushes must undertake any reasonable hunt asked of them, if it serves to protect the citizens of the Sundom. The Sunhawk, who has sole authority to negotiate any fees or bounties associated with any hunt undertaken by members of the Lodge on behalf of the Sundom. Any profit from any hunt undertaken by members of the Lodge on behalf of the Sundom shall be shared by all 7 hawks, administered by the Sunhawk. Only Karja males of pure blood may undertake a hunt in the name of the Lodge, be it for the protection of the Sundom or any other reason. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 4 is hereby rescinded. Section 5. Hunting Grounds. For the purpose of training and recruiting the best and greatest hunters, the Lodge shall provide and maintain hunting grounds. Each hunting ground shall test a different range of skills through 3 trials crafted by its keeper, in consultation with the Sunhawk. There shall be 3 rewards for each trial, in ascending order of performance: half-sun, full sun, blazing sun. Hunters who prove themselves by winning the requisite number of suns may be entitled to special gear at the Lodge, at the discretion of the Sunhawk. The Lodge shall provide funds for the construction and maintenance of all trials and facilities at hunting grounds. The Lodge shall receive all profits associated with the sale of parts, ammunition, and equipment from all hunting grounds. Any profits received from hunting grounds shall be shared by all 7 hawks, administered by the Sunhawk. Keepers shall be chosen exclusively by the Sunhawk and serve for a term of 7 years. Only Karja males of pure blood may be appointed keeper. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 9 of Section 5 is hereby rescinded. Alrighty.
By the sun! King Avad's edict really is taking effect. Never thought I'd see a Nora here, and a woman at that. So, you have marks for me?
What do you mean?
From the hunting grounds. Oh, right, you're new here.
What edict?
King Avad insisted that the Hunter's Lodge had to welcome everyone. Man, woman, outlander, regardless of tribe. Ursa, captain of the Vanguard, came in and delivered that news personally. You should have been there. It was glorious. But I figured they would sweep it under the rug and say no woman or outlander qualified. Yet here you are.
Are you a member?
Me? No. Karja don't exactly encourage their daughters to run around hunting machines. But all the changes in Meridian have been good to me. I don't think the Oseram know how to sell to us Karja. The trader I worked for last couldn't sell flowers to a bee. He was too plain hammered, as they like to say. This is a much better job. I figure I'll be able to open my own shop soon enough.
What do you want with my marks?
You hunters and your badges. I'm not gonna take them. I'm going to give you a weapon that sets you apart. Yeah, I thought that'd get your attention. If you earn marks in all 3 trials at each of the 5 hunting grounds, come to me. I can give you up to 3 weapons, 1 for 15 half-suns, 1 for 15 full suns, and 1 you'll love for all blazing suns.
What do I do with these marks?
If you get the same mark from all the hunting ground trials, I can give you a Hunter's Lodge weapon. Show me what marks you've earned, and we'll see if you qualify for one of these special weapons I have for you.
I'm a little short on marks.
No problem. Once you have marks from all 15 trials, you'll be able to get the next Hunter's Lodge weapon for me.
Weapons of the Lodge. One more. Hang on. I saw this one over here first. I don't want to forget it. Legendary Hunts. And this is 10. Okay. Legendary Hunts of the Lodge. In the summer of the 4th year of the reign of the Sun King, Marzid, did Furukawa's Sunhawk of the Lodge behold a herd of grazers, so vast that it filled entire the vale below the far back. His bow was a harp that day, strumming the melody of the hunt from noon to twilight. After one could not walk a single step across the gleam without tripping on an antler of the fallen. It took all 7 hawks and all 7 thrushes to gather the trophies, and with the bounty from their barter, the last wing of the lodge was raised. In the winter of the 7th year of the reign of the Sun King Hevas, did Darusiv, hawk of the lodge, stalk a herd of tramplers and from Sand Whisper Valley to the foothills of the Pale Reach. Bombs from his sling fell as hailstones. freezing his prey in the waters of the ford. While the others stood as statues in ice, Kavah set upon the largest, driving a spear between its plates and taking his trophy before the rest could even stir. In the spring of the 3rd year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, as the machines of the wilds grew ever more deranged, did Kavah, Hawk of the Lodge, answer the call from the prefect at Daytower to slay the mysterious creature who ripped his best cohort limb from limb. 4 days and 4 nights he tracked his quarry through the savage east before the brute was revealed. Strong as a snapjaw, fast as a strider, from twilight to midnight the battle raged, but Kavam prevailed at great cost, his left arm chewed ragged at the joint. Thus he named the beast Sawtooth, as he took his trophy from its shattered remains. In the autumn of the 8th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, as the machines of the wilds grew ever more deranged, did Galadid, Hawk of the Lodge, follow the shimmering death haunting the southern freeholds into the jungles of the Jewel. Under that tangled canopy the hunter became the hunted, glimpsing in the shadow more of the eerie lights, till he was surrounded by machines he named stalkers. Long was his flight through the undergrowth to the safety of the alight, but along the way he turned his bow to his pursuers, and became the first to snare a trophy from that which walks in blinking shadow. In the summer of the 13th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, as the machines of the wild grew ever more deranged, did Assis, Hawk of the Sun, Hawk of the Lodge, dare to tread the path of broken trees, following the wake of the terrible thing that laid waste to the freehold of morning light. And so he was forced to face the might of the Thunderjaw, greatest of machines that walk the earth. With spear, bomb, and arrow, brave Assis fought to no avail, and only triumphed by turning the Terror's own cannons against it. The carcass of the beast now hangs in the lodge for all to see, so enshrined because its fall turned hawk to sunhawk. Damn, so that's what that is. Mighty impressive. Oh, the Record of Red Maw. Record of Red Maw 1. By inquiring Jandaniman, historian and resident of the Hunter's Lodge. It is well known that facts recede into fictions as they become memories, and fresh facts themselves are ephemeral among the rumors and legends of the South. This is especially true in the case of Red Maw, the most terrible of Thunderjaws, a machine which is nothing if not legendary. Few who have laid eyes upon it have survived, and among them even fewer can be trusted not to embellish their tales. All that said, here I have endeavored to truthfully chronicle all the calamities attributed to the beast, and all the expeditions meant to end such calamities once and for all. None have succeeded, as of this writing. The terror of the South still roams free, scarred perhaps, but deadly as the day the sun first shone upon its armored hide. In the early spring of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, a freehold was destroyed near the hands of the flood. 9 bodies were recovered, 8 riddled with cannon rounds, 1 flattened completely. No witnesses survived, though never proven. This is widely thought to be Red Maw's first attack. In the late spring of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 4 hunters set out from Sunstone Rock to track the machine or machines responsible for the destruction of the freehold. None returned. Their bodies were subsequently found in the south, 3 blasted, 1 stomped, never proven, but thought to be a Red Maw's work. In the early summer of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 6 mercenaries set out from Meridian to track the machine or machines responsible for the losses described above. 1 returned, ribs crushed, clavicle fractured. He spoke of a Thunderjaw which split a man in half with a single bite. This is the first confirmed sighting of the legendary machine, and the one which gave it a name. In the late summer of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, An expedition of 8 set off. I feel like that should be off. Set of from the Meridian to track Red Maw. None returned. 6 bodies were found near Blackwing's snag. 1 blasted, 3 stomped, 2 eviscerated, 1 swallowed his own tongue, evidently in a spasm of terror, suffocating. In the autumn of the 18th year of his reign, the Sun King Jiran commanded the Hunter's Lodge to spend an expedition south in pursuit of Red Maw. After numerous logistical delays, 3 hawks and their thrushes set out in winter. Only 1 pair returned, reporting the death of the others, 2 blasted, 1 stomped, 1 decapitated. The survivors were sacrificed for cowardice, 1 gutted by a sawtooth, the other skewered by kestrels. After this setback, members of the lodge grew wary of pursuing the legendary Thunderjaw. Only the proudest hawks ever considered it. Aspirants to the lodge, however, foolish in their ambition, eagerly took part in subsequent hunts. In the summer of the 19th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, the destruction of a caravan south of the Spurflints, 3 blasted, 2 stomped, 1 immolated, reignited interest in Red Maw. 3 expeditions totaling 15 mercenaries went after the machine, with only 3 survivors, 9 blasted, 3 stomped, 2 eviscerated, 1 liquefied. In the early spring of the 20th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, a cohort of 12 soldiers, headed from the Rain Gatherers to the Elite, were set upon by the beast. Only 1 survived, 1 blasted, 1 stomped, 10 crushed when their fleeing footsteps triggered an avalanche. In the late spring of the 20th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, 2 cohorts totaling 34 men went in search of Red Maw. Alas, they were ambushed by stalkers, and only 4 survived. 24 sniped, 6 exploded. Understandably, this ended pursuit of Red Maw for some time. In the summer of the first year of the reign of the Sun King Avad, a group of 6 Oseram traders were attacked by the beast. 1 blasted, 3 stomped, 1 spit into a ravine. The lone survivor petitioned Captain Ursa to send the vanguard after the monster, but the request was denied. However, 3 additional expeditions, comprised of mercenaries and hunters aspiring to the lodge, were subsequently commissioned. Autumn, 7 men, 2 blasted, 3 stomped, 1 tripped on his own spear, 1 survivor. Winter, 9 men, 3 blasted, 2 stomped, 2 died from frostbite, 2 survivors. Spring, 11 men, 5 blasted, 1 stomped, 3 retreated off a cliff, 2 survivors. The last known sighting of Red Maw occurred in the spring of the 3rd year of the reign of the Sun King Assad. Tarkus, Hawk of the Lodge, got word of a sighting near Thunderhead and set off to take the beast on his own. His thrush, Talana, arrived at the scene too late. Just as Tarax was dying of his wounds, multiple perforations, Talana testified that as Red Maw lumbered off through the trees, she could see the spear of her mentor embedded in its hide. Whew. Oh, you're him. Awesome.
Excuse us. The machine rider graces us with her presence. You're a Nora, are you not? A fighter from the savage lands.
The sacred land, but yes. I fought for everything I got.
Huh. Tell me, do the Nora often wander into other people's homes and do whatever they like?
Of course not.
But that is what you're doing, right now. Stinking up our lodge, pestering your betters.
You're hardly my better. Legan said I had to meet you to become a member.
That would be true if there were any chance of you becoming a member. But you're a savage. And no savage will rise in the ranks of the Hunter's Lodge while I am the Sun Hawk. Now be gone.
No. I was led to believe there are rules here. If they count for nothing, then even your position is meaningless. So quit blustering and tell me. Is there a hawk who is free to sponsor me?
Very well. Talana is free. Wouldn't that be fitting? Trash sponsoring trash. Now get out of my sight.
You're Talana? Assis said you were a hawk without a fledgling to sponsor. Or are you trying to drive me off too? It's okay, I've dealt with worse.
I'll bet you have. But you're wrong. It's not okay. Especially not today.
What happened today?
One of our own just died fighting Red Maw. You'll never face a more dangerous Thunderjaw. Cuts through trees, rocks, people.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's part of the hunt.
Is there any actual hunting in this lodge? So far, it's been all talk.
Yes, of course. You fight a machine, then bring its trophy to Assis the Sunhawk, then no one can deny you brought it down.
Assis, what's his story?
He's the Sunhawk of the Lodge. The highest ranking asshole... Sorry, member. He's taken down Ravagers, Stalkers, Behemoths.
So, I've taken down a lot of machines.
As have I. Even brought down 2 Stormbirds. But he's a hawk who brought in the trophies first. That's how it works. Whichever hawk defeats the greatest machine first becomes a Sunhawk.
How does one become a hawk?
When a hawk dies, his thrush is promoted in his place, no matter how anyone feels about it.
Who is this Legan, the man at the door?
Legan? He's a hawk. He had an impressive run in his day, but he doesn't fight anymore. He supports the lodge in other ways. Unlike the other hawks, who hoard all the best kills and drink the bar dry.
I'm ready to hunt, so tell me, what do I have to do?
You want them to regret looking down on you? Then speak to them in their language. Kill 3 Sawtooths, 2 Ravagers, and a Stalker. Deliver their trophies directly to Assis. That should shut them all up.
So if I do that, you'll sponsor me?
I'll consider it. Just to make Assis spoil.
Oh, goodness. I'm about to be overloaded in a moment. They're about to give me way too many fucking yes. So get that off of this for now.
Could you spare a moment to speak of the finer things?
No.
No one goes into the palace without an invitation.
So I can't get those, I think. Okay. Oh, I see one.
The city's...
The Mad Sun King. 12, 11, 10, 8. 8. Okay. So I'm missing 7. Okay. The Reign of the Mad Sun King. Be warned, reader, that as true account of the Mad Sun King Jiren's acts, these glyphs are blotted in blood. Truly, the savageries committed can barely be recounted, so pray to the cleansing sun for yourself and the teller of these tales. You will learn of the grievous wounds inflicted on foreign lands in the reaping of sacrifice, the red raids, for the mad Sun King would order a whole generation cut from each village, so they might more willingly supply sacrifices and be harder pressed to fight, to field fighting men on the next raid. The Utaru, who sought to appease with gifts of grain, were slaughtered in such number that upon the following harvest, the maize grew black and blue with the blood of the dead. Against the Oseram, the terror of the sun piled the corpses of their fallen upon the walls of their villages, so his kestrels might clamor upon the dead to enter. And in the valley of the barbarian Nora, terrors of the savage east, such savagery ensured that the trees were dropped from corpses hung as grim warnings. Should you wish to read of the Mad King's depredations against his own people, your curiosity will not go unsated. Within our accounts of the deaths of those sentenced to the sun ring, listed in such detail you might think it reported by their own shattering skulls, once piled outside the city gates. Nor will you find a more harrowing account of this massacre on the Hunter's Lodge. Reading these accounts, you might imagine yourself among its brave hawks as they fought to the last, bloodying the sand from dawn till dusk, or perhaps in the crowds as the loosed behemoths careened through the stands with the crashing of wood and bone. All this crazed bloodletting did the Mad Sun King take in with his pitiless gaze. Indeed, he would not even look away from the goring of his own son in the ring of death. Yes, fair-haired Kadamon of the Dawn's Rising, so degraded and doomed for the crime of standing against his father. Such a true and complete account of the Sun King Jiran's miseries cannot be found in the history annals, or heard from the reckoners of the Sun Priest. It is with a heavy heart that I scribe these events, leading out no shocking detail. My debt is to history, and to you, brave reader.
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy, but it's decent work keeping the city
It should be
safe.
7. The Liberation. Alright, so I'm missing 2. I'm missing 2. And 1 and 6, but those are locked away from me at the moment. The Liberation of Meridian. An official account described by the reckoners of the Sun Priests and marked with the emblems of truth by exacting Varan, who witnessed these events. In the 21st year of the 13th Sun King Jiran's reign, the twilight time of his madness, the Sun King's own favored heir was put to death. The radiant Kataman's crime was to demand an end to his father's acts of bloodshed, and his sacrifice set that end in motion. Jiran's second heir, the radiant Avad, fled Meridian at dusk with his honor guard, soldiers loyal to him over the Sun King. All night they traveled northwards, knowing that come the dawn they would be branded as traitors and marked for death. So it was that when Jiran made that proclamation. They had already traveled far, and in time they did reach the edge of the Sundom and crossed into Oseram territory. For Avad was canny and planned to negotiate terms with the Oseram. He knew he had an ally among them, Ursa, a fierce Oseram warrior with whom Avad had a long and unusual history. 2 years earlier, Ursa had been brought to Meridian as a captive, destined for sacrifice. But she survived the Sun Ring, killing 2 kestrels by her own hand. Thus did she earn the honor of being made a palace slave, and in this role came to know Prince Avad. A rare friendship was formed, and Avad conspired to free his friend, who returned at once to the Oseram homeland. Now desperate for allies, Avad sought out the Oseram he had helped to free. Ursa had ties to the warlords and freebooters who resisted the Red Raids. With Ursa's might and Avad's keen strategy, they could raise a warband and move to overthrow Jiran. And as a rightful heir to the throne of the sun, Avad hoped to inspire many of his people to rebel, so sparing Meridian from a drawn-out war. After months of preparation, Avad and his allies crossed the border and marched on Meridian. As word of these advances spread, many Karja soldiers fled back to the city, laid down their arms, and even joined the liberators. Yet wise Avad knew that Jiran's faithful would defend Meridian to the last man, even sacrificing the lives of its citizens if it would hold the holy city against siege. He found kestrels and city guards already set in on the walls, ready to face arrow and shot. But Avad's Oseram allies had brought new weapons never seen beneath the sun, thundering cannons, strong as machines. Avad permitted them to fire their salvos on the outer walls, bringing many defenders down with great carnage. As the smoke cleared, the liberators attacked in 3 groups. One scaled the walls beneath the Temple of the Sun, another took to the aqueducts of the palace, while the main force overcame the barricaded city gates with cannon fire. These were the final blasts fired at the holy city, as Avad forbade any further destruction. In the streets, too many scenes of brutality and chaos played out to recount. Among the terrible miasma of blood and smoke, the sun-ringed slave pits were opened, and hundreds spilled out, desperate to escape. Many of Jiran's supporters seized their chance to flee with this flood of unfortunates. The day had turned, and seeing his forces much reduced, the Sun King Jiran ordered his trusted kestrels take Itamen, his sole remaining heir, from the city. Helis, terror of the sun, cleaved a path through Meridian from east to west, striking down all in his way, ally and foe alike. The savagery of Helis and his kestrels could not be matched, and so it was that Itamen, his mother of the Dowager Queen Nisadi and the High Sun Priest Bahavas escaped. Avad confronted Jiran in his solarium. He had hoped his father would answer for his crimes honorably, but seeing this could not be so. With great anguish, he struck him down. As the murder of the true Sun King is an unthinkable act, and surely would plunge the world into shadow, Jiran's death proved that the sun had renounced his legitimacy. Yes, sun had turned to shadow on the throne of Meridian, and it was Avad's light that drove the shadow out to the west, where it remains to this day. So was the cycle of things corrected. In this, the first year of the reign of the 14th Sun King, the radiant Avad.
Hope everything's in order for
Okay. One more. I am missing number 2.
Fire has to be a trap. The Karja and Shadow break it.
If I find number 2, I will have found them all.
Could you spare a moment to speak with the fire things?
No. The lodge.
Jaw that no one is defeated. It's about time.
Ever since the ceasefire, it's like the sun has risen again. After a long...
must be in, like, this lower level. So I wouldn't know where else to look. Unless it's not where they said the second thing that should be.
The Nora will survive. They always do.
It's gotta be down there. I could look it up. Fish? There you are. Whoa, look at my hair. There's more quests. Meridian Village.
These aren't goods, they're necessities.
Check out these wares. Won't cost you a shard.
My family might still be alive, and you're going to stand here and do nothing?
We've lost a dozen patrols beyond the valley. Our orders are clear. No more. Freeholds were warned.
You're talking about orders. I'm talking about lives.
That's what the orders are for, to save lives. Good day, citizen.
Ah, I see. Okay, I'm not actually missing number 2. It apparently only becomes available after completing the Hunter Lodge quest.
Tell me what happened to your family. Maybe I can help.
By the sun, I fear they are all dead by now. I barely escaped alive. Machines. Vicious machines attacked my family's estate. Father sent me to get help.
What kind of machines? Where did they come from?
A Ravager. By the sun, how it cut down those guards, and a pack of watchers came with it. The Sun King warned us that he could no longer protect freeholds beyond the valley, but Father never saw this coming.
Tell me more about the estate.
My father owns a dozen quarries, and he's put his spoils into the estate. Fine tapestries, custom woodwork, silver fixtures.
But what about the people there?
Of course. Their lives are all that matter. My father and sister, plus a dozen guards and servants. I hope they survived.
I'll see what I can do about the estate.
You will? Oh, thank you. Oh, please, be careful. Those machines are deadly.
It's further out. Where's that? It's up there. Hang on. Okay. So there's a quest over here. Grab.
Take a look. They're necessities. Won't cost you a shard just to... You'll like what I have. Stock up. Won't cost you a shard.
Metal bot here, good prices, fair prices. Fairest prices for machine parts under the mesa. No tithes to the Sun Court, not like those greedy snarls upside.
She's not interested in taxes.
I know what she's not interested in. As I was saying, no better offer for snap maw lenses. I'd give my oath on it.
By the sun, don't start spitting in your palm. Huntress, I apologize on behalf of my partner. Silent partner.
Silent partner?
If the sun would only grant my prayers. Never mind snap-maw lenses, Huntress. There's no market for those. A long-leg lens, though, you'd be well rewarded for.
So which,
No market for a snap maw lens is good, strong stuff. You can hammer it into anything.
Where do you think we are? Some trading post with sawdust on the floor? This is Meridian. We have culture.
I know culture. Just the other day I was watching the hunting trials.
Oh, great sun, lend me the strength of midday.
The sun's baked your head if you think we'll shift long leg lenses at a time like this.
Hello?
I've told you as many times as the spire is tall, craft and artisanship is who we are.
Craft doesn't win a war or keep the machines from your farms. What you need is good, old-fashioned, plain...
Oh, yes. Old-fashioned, plain hammered work. If ever something glittered, you'd throw it back.
If Karja had built that elevator, they would have stopped at a good-looking shaft.
All those years of delving and you never found a sense of humor.
Enough!
Well?
They're a blunt people, the Nora.
Why do you two even work together if you can't agree on anything?
It's a symbolic gesture.
No tithes to the Sun Court, like I said in the beginning, Renine.
Just tell me which part you want.
A long leg lens.
A snap maw lens.
Fine. I can see that you're busy.
Wait. You drove her off. Snap maw lens. What do you say?
I drove her off. That's rich. Listen, Huntress. Long leg lens.
Hunters, scroungers, bring...
Don't I have both?
Here's your medal.
Does it want me to gather them now that I have the quest? That's probably it. Which kind of sucks, but oh well. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I have it. Anyway, robbing the rich is still what I want.
Scroungers? What kind of brutes are you trying to attract?
We were agreed.
Would you like to buy
I
some?
do
Only the
calling,
finest
you do
goods
the
here.
counting.
See for
I
yourself.
wouldn't say agreed.
I don't complain about your counting, other than it takes too long.
I've got all the best goods
Stop
here.
droning in my...
Nora, huh? You people wouldn't know.
Meridian Village. Settlement discovered. Royal Maze Land.
Can't be too prepared.
One of these days, I'm gonna look him in the face and tell him I quit. Watch out for the Oseram merchants. They'll as soon cheat you as look at you.
I was told to expect you, Aloy. I suppose you want answers. Well, it's not complicated. We collect valuable objects from people who don't need them, sell them for shards, and use the money to help the needy at Sunfall.
You mean you steal?
If you want to call it that. From hogs who've had their turn at the trough for generations.
Ravon didn't seem like a hog to me.
He stinks just like the rest of them, of wealth and contentment, while people beneath him suffer.
Who exactly gets the shards at Sunfall?
Not the bastards in the fortress. We use the shards to make sure the poor in Shadowside get to eat, or bandage their wounds. They only went west because they had to. Trust me, I know. My wife was chained up with a bunch of servants and herded with them. They starved to death, still bound together.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Where's the sword now?
Safe. I haven't sold it yet.
What do you expect me to do now? Walk away?
I was hoping you'd help us. They say you can track like a stalker. Well, my partner Nassan disappeared near the branded shore. He was bound for Sunfall, along with an entire shipment of food. If you found that, you'd be helping a lot of people.
I'll consider it. But only if you return the sword to Ravon.
I knew you were gonna say that. Fine, I'll return the damn blade. Nassan was supposed to meet his contact at an old campfire on the fork near the branded shore. Start looking there. But be careful. Lots of machines out there, and lots of Shadow Karja. And not the needy kind, but they're tormentors.
Don't let your guard down.
Ow. Wow. Okay. So Fatal Inheritance is there. Weapons of the Lodge is just for hunting lodges. There's apparently a hunting lodge there. There's a hunting lodge there, and then that would be it, I think. The lodge blastling. Hell yeah. Honor the fallen. Okay. Not that. And then those. Supply and demand. And these. God, there's so much. I think supply and demand first would be fine. Yeah, surely, yeah. So... I do that. Alrighty. And then not only that, but... So, like... Here, maybe? At least close to that. Where is... There is a giraffe, a long neck near here. Okay. So... Yeah, like here, roughly. Aha. There we go. Hey, subscriber! Nice, you've earned enough lift spin points to cash in for a weekend of free rides. Hey, lift spin subscriber, have you taken a look at your lift spin points balance lately? Our records show you're due for a free weekend. If you choose to cash in, none of the rides you take in our lift spin self-guided vehicles will count towards your monthly allowance. How trip is that? Pretty damn trip. Check your points balance today to see what other goods await loyal lift spin customers. Alright. Go get this snap moth. Should be no issue, as long as there's only one of them. Oh, there is! There's only one. I'll be fucked. That's fantastic.
Need to keep the upper hand.
Oh my god, where did you come from? Come back to land. So that I can harvest you easily. Got it. I didn't get it.
This is where the Otaru wanted to say her goodbyes.
I have to kill all the snap maws? Help. Help, I'm stuck. Come on, there we go. Oh. Wow.
When we fled from our cages during the liberation, I tore through this clearing, thinking my friend was behind me. I kept running, but here she remains. Thank you for making it safe for me to return.
I don't want to rush you, but it won't stay safe for long.
I understand. I've done this before in waking dreams. In the pool, I'll find the bracelet of seeds she dropped when she fell. The seeds will be split, escaped, grown wild. She's passing from my memory into the jungles. I'll tell her it was I who died here and became a stranger in our own land, and she who still lives in every time of planting, of rains, harvests, and...
What is it?
There. Her bracelet. And... I thought she was behind me. But there's only my reflection.
Do you need to be alone?
For the first time, I am.
This must be the sun's climb, where the Bannock wants to paint his mark.
For the moment.
Lightning's trouble.
It's good to be free of the city.
Okay.
These are something special.
Okay. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuing as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in a sprightly dance.
You were a better hunter than I. I'll paint the mark while the spirits of the Glinthawks linger.
There'll be more where they came from.
Yes, there will always be more machines. Their spirits find new bodies, but we only last as long as memory. That's why I must leave this story, a monument to our vanished shamans, to the wisdom the Karja bled from us. The machine oil in the paint will preserve it, preserve their memory against all that was cut away. You have my thanks, Hunter.
Where is it? Close to the campfire, maybe? Oh well. Shrine of Kings. I'm gonna have to look it up again. What's this? This is 36. Go towards the shrine over the lake. When you see a bridge, turn left. This? This? You see a bridge, turn left. That's so much farther away than what it says on the map. So like here? Is it here? Why are some of them so much farther away on the map? There it is. Yeah, what the fuck? The map said it was like right here, like next to the charger site. Weird. Naysay Doom. Naysay Doom is an exploitative mess. When it was announced at last year's Undertow Hollowfest that notorious schlock provocateur Lloyd Strode was rapping post-prod on an immersive historical drama about the notorious Naysay Doom cult, the news was met with, well, let's be kind and say trepidation. Strode has shown himself to be a talented, if needlessly edgy, craftsman of shocking interactive hollow pulp. But Naysay wasn't some tentacled monster of science fantasy trope. It was an actual real-world atrocity, barely 2 decades in the archive, and while some critics, myself included, wondered if the Hollow would turn out to be Straub's long-rumored turn to more respectable fare, most predicted disaster. The first hour would make you think that the cult's greatest crime was the tortured diction of Harriet Cho's overwrought monologues. Data corrupted. I've never seen a charger before? Really? I could have swore I've seen a charger before. Alright, so that leaves 2. That leaves, like, this behemoth. They keep talking about the behemoth. I bet this is the behemoth. And then this is like a war machine or something like that. Okay. Long legs. Let's finish this up. Oh.
Now's my chance.
I'm just gonna go. Oh, wow.
Won't find better wares.
Would
Take
you
a
like
look
to
at
buy
these
something
wares.
today?
Won't cost you a shard just to look.
Find only the finest goods.
Hunters, rounders, bringers your metal.
Scroungers? What kind of brutes are you trying to attract?
I brought you both the parts. So, what do you say?
I don't suppose I could buy just the one.
You'd buy the wrong one. So give the hunter her shards for both.
Of course. Here you are. If this is the price I have to pay.
The price you have to pay? The Snapmaw lens might just cover the loss we take on the other.
It won't sell for a loss, charcoal burner. You'd pay handsomely for a long leg lens if you had an imagination.
I have an imagination. When you rattle that piece of junk around, I think of your skull.
From the beginning, this wouldn't be a scrap-dealing operation, that we would have class.
I got a Strider lens out of it. Oh, God. Okay. Let's just go over here. Let's take on this quest too, real quick. I'll probably call it there. There's two more kind of on the outskirts. I can go there along my way to the hunting ground. Meridian Village.
This must be the Shrine of Kings that Milan told me about.
We deserve to have a look. It may have been meant for the Mad Sun King, but it's ours now.
It's up. You won't get in there. That dried up old prune in a robe sees to that.
I can be persuasive. But what does an Oseram want with a Karja shrine anyway?
It reminds me of someone. Gone 2 years now. But what does a girl like you know of loss?
Try me.
I had a lover. Worked on monuments to their bastard king. Then he gave them a show in their sun ring for good measure. The Karja gave me back his broken bones, but what use are they? They won't build again. They won't make me smile.
And seeing a statue of the Mad Sun King will?
I need to see his work again. The marks his hands carved. The set of the metals they hammered. That's the soul of him. But that shriveled up old priest won't let me near it.
I'll see what I can do.
Every time I go near the statue, he shouts at me.
Oseram slaves built that thing. We deserve to have a look.
It may have been meant for the Mad Sun King, but it's ours now.
It's a public monument, not his private shrine.
Turn away, child. The abiding Jahaman wishes to be alone in his retreat.
If you want to be alone, go someplace else. Others want to pray here.
Defile it, you mean? Yet another debasement of what was once pure. Truly, our tribe has lost the light. Our king is false, our temple is corrupt, and our soldiers weak. The sun hastens across the sky for shame.
So the Karja have become impure? What does that even mean?
Is Meridian not meant for those who built it, who made it great?
It was pure before Outlander squatters took it over.
You mean Meridian was pure when the outsiders were in cages or dying in your arena?
The sun is pure, child. It is not our place to question its divine will, only to act upon it.
I thought Avad taking the throne was the sun's will.
The boy dishonored his father, dishonored us all. To kill a Sun King. What shadow, what twilight time he brought upon us.
And how many more would the mad Sun King have killed if Avad hadn't stopped him?
The sun called for blood. There was no choice but to obey.
You called the temple corrupt, but aren't you one of its priests?
They call themselves sun priests, but they have no authority. Youths and sycophants all. Yet those who gave their whole lives to the sun's service are shamed and ignored.
So that's what this is. A tantrum? A cry for attention?
You know nothing of our rights, and yet you dare to insult me.
Why do you think your army is weak? Because you're not at war with everyone?
A Karja throne relying on forged dirt mercenaries? Preposterous! The so-called liberation was nothing but a purge. Our most blessed warriors, chased out of the city, exiled to Sunfall and the Forbidden West. Our tribe is torn. The ones who walked in light now go by shadow.
And yet everyone but you seems happy they're gone. I'm done arguing with you. Stay or go, but I won't allow you to keep others away.
I am here by the will of the sun.
You believe in the old regime, but not enough to die for it or be exiled. That's some conviction.
Heathen. My conviction blazes like the noonday light.
Then stop me from bringing in the Oseram.
I cannot.
I thought so.
There'll be a reckoning.
You'll back away from it.
Do Karja people walk slow? Do they have places to be? Easy. Living here ain't either.
Wasn't sure about the sun at first, but, no, it's grown on me.
He gave them the best work he'd ever do. And look at it now.
They defaced it because they hated what it stood for.
They defaced a thing slaves like him lived and died for. Slaves they've already forgotten. Short-sighted bastards, the lot. If they thought their son set off this bridge, they'd jump after it. I thank you for honoring my wish.
I hope you can find peace.
I wouldn't know what to do with it, any more than the Karja do.
The longer we stay here, the more it'll feel like.
And then return.
Went to the market. Slipped on some.
Stairs. Hope I managed to sleep through the night this time.
So you've come back to the temple.
I was invited back. The priests wanted to hear what I had to say about reconciliation with the other tribes. They're listening. At least they've begun to listen. There's a distance between ears and deeds.
Because of what we did?
What you did.
It was for the mourners. I think it helped them.
You set them on the path. You can't know what their journeys hold. Such is the priest's lot. Perhaps a red robe would suit you.
Not me. Besides, your temple doesn't even take women.
We would be richer if we did. Go in light, my friend, and let the sun cast your way.
Thank you, Naman. Where I'm going, I could probably use all the light I can get.
Honor the fallen. Okay. It used to be that we only had this, but now we basically have the same amount, but for what needs to be done rather than what is done. I was hunting for the lodge, fatal inheritance, hunting for the lodge. That's a stalker. That's really close to Meridian. Like, I don't know. I think you guys should really do something about that. That's super fucking close to Meridian. Sawtooth, Sawtooth. Scavengers. Ravager. There isn't any, Ravagery nearby. At least no Ravager sites. Interesting. Alrighty. Songbird. No, that's Glinthawk. Okay, that's Glinthawk. The one with its wings slightly, like, upward is a Stormbird. Fucking Stormbirds. Stormbirds. Okay. So, plan... Wait. Are those Chargers, or is that a Behemoth? Hang on. Those are Chargers, I think. Holy shit, that might be a Behemoth. Okay. Well, besides the point. I'm going to head back over here and then do this corruption thing, I think? Yeah, this is the Gatelands camp. And then on my way downward, there is 2 data points. And then we can do this lodge. And then on the way down, we can also do these 2 metal flowers. And then I think I'll go ahead and grab this guy, just so that we can light up the rest of the zone. And we'll just do a bunch of collecting, possibly. What is that? Okay. There's a lot. There is a lot to do. But it'll be done. And then the excavation site is up here. And then the Fallen is basically right next door. Okay. Okay. I see it. I see sort of my path. We can do this. We're almost done. At least collection-wise. What's my statistics look like? Almost 50%. Somehow I think we did even less than last time, even though I feel like we've done so much. Especially once we actually got to Meridian. I feel like we've done a lot. But oh well. I don't think it counts data point collection towards the game completion thing, so that might be why, because I collected a lot of data points and glyphs, but I don't think it counts those towards completion. I think it only counts what, like, you see here, so like collectibles, activities, quests, shadow items and machines. Okay, so I actually only need, outfit-wise and weapon-wise, I only need the purple rarity stuff. So I should probably just sell a lot of these. And these. And just try to grab these guys. But that's fine for now. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, because holy shit, it's almost been 4 hours. Wow! I did not think I was going that long. Damn. Glad I looked. Glad I fucking looked and didn't do anything else. Thank you all for watching, especially if you got this far and stick around, because there's a lot more to come.